But you did, before I jump into my number five pick, you did say something interesting where you said that you didn't think Jalen Brunson was a superstar. I agree. But I want to hear you guys' definition of an NBA superstar because I know that's kind of different for everyone, honestly. So what makes an NBA superstar? And then let's name them. Let's figure out who they are.
Okay.
To me personally, a superstar is, I feel like if this player is on your team, I expect this team to win the championship. Like, or have a chance. They should have a chance. Not like they're guaranteed to win it, but because this player's on the team, a first round exit or something, I will all be considering it a letdown. Not like, oh, you had a good season. You know what I mean? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they should be considered able to compete for the championship just building around that player. So that's my definition.
Um, you go ahead, James.
So yeah, that's my definition. I think you gotta be the best player to win on a championship team. I mean, some of them are circumstantial, but usually I would say you're the best player to win on a championship team no matter the team. Like no matter who is on your team, you can be the best player to win a championship.
Yeah,
But that
more or less.
usually mostly wings and centers are gonna be on my list than a point guard. There's obviously a few outliers, but like well, the only outlier right now is Steph, but
Steph.
that's it.
Do you consider Luca a superstar? I
He's not,
consider him a point
not
guard.
a
Let's
point
throw it in
guard.
there.
He's a point guard, but
Okay.
he's a
Right.
wing height. He's like
Okay.
six.
Yeah. Fair.
I don't know how tall Luca is. According to the All Star week, Luca looks like he might be 6'9".
That's how tall I think Luca is. 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's about that too.
Because I think
Yeah.
LeBron's a point guard technically, but I mean I'm
Mhm.
not really about to go
Yeah.
into the whole.
In fairness, yeah. Might as well be. But okay, that's fair. That's fair. And Jared, what's your definition? And then we're gonna start trying to rattle them off because I don't
Okay.
think there's that many superstars. Less than 10. Definitely less than 10, in my opinion.
So, yeah, I agree with y'all about the whole if you have them on your team, you're expected to win. But I also think being a household name, marketability is also plays a factor.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of an aspect of like a someone who doesn't really know basketball like we do. I feel like if someone like, for example, who doesn't really watch basketball as much, but they know of the person, I feel like that kind of makes you a superstar as well.
You
Because
transcend the game a little.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So go into these names because I want to know who y'all think is not a superstar.
LeBron and Steph, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's again kind of to your point of marketability and transcending the game. I feel like while I do think they could compete for a championship if they had enough good pieces, I think that they're just too big globally to not consider them superstars. You know what I mean? At this point,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant, I would even kind of throw into that mix personally.
Definitely.
Y'all can feel free to jump into the names.
I have a question. All right. So
Yeah.
I had this argument probably last year before the Nuggets won the championship. Jokic was a two-time MVP. Someone said Jokic is not a superstar. And I was like, how did he not be a superstar? He's a two-time MVP. So what's your take on that?
Jokic is a superstar. That's just
Jokic is a superstar. He's
I-
just,
I
and
agree.
he's not exactly not marketable. He's kind of marketable too, to his own like niche.
It's just a weird marketability because it's like everybody's like, oh, he doesn't like basketball, blah blah blah.
But that's
he
kind of
starts
his
doing
brand.
commercials and everything. Yeah, exactly. So
That's his brand. He's kind of like he's nonchalant.
exactly. So I think he's a superstar as well.
Jokic is a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Embiid?
that's another one. Good name.
What about Embiid?
I don't think Embiid's a superstar. I
He's
think he's
MVP
close.
though.
I think he's close. I think he's very close.
I think if you're
Um,
MVP, you are a superstar. Like I think that's like that's the cap right there. It's like how could you not be a superstar? You're an MVP.
I think Embiid is a superstar. I just think, obviously, he's had injury issues when it
Mhm.
got to the playoffs. It's unfortunate, but I do think he would be the best player on a championship team. I think,
I think
obviously,
he could be. Definitely
I
could.
think so too.
I
Yeah.
don't think there's a way to scheme Embiid out of like Jason Tatum's a superstar. Jalen Brown is not a superstar.
Yeah.
I can scheme him out of a series if I wanted to. Um,
So
Jimmy
you're
Butler.
saying if you can't
Yeah.
scheme him?
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's a
Ooh,
superstar.
wait, hold on. That was an interesting one, James. Go ahead.
Jimmy Butler's a superstar. He just doesn't play. He's wilding. But Jimmy Butler's a superstar. He just don't play hard during the regular season, which I get. He's cruising. He kind of cruises just like LeBron, except LeBron last night.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard's a
Oh
superstar to
yeah,
me.
he went crazy.
Jalen Brunson. Now the thing about Jalen Brunson, he could be the best player on the championship team
Careful.
if all the pieces are right, kind of like Chauncey Billups.
Was Chauncey Billups the best player on that team? I don't want to go too quick on a rabbit hole, but
He was.
I think that's debatable. I think that's
Yeah.
debatable. I personally think,
Yeah,
man, Rip Hamilton was a
he
bucket
was
to me.
better than Rip Hamilton.
Is-
Rip Hamilton.
I think he won Finals MVP, right, Billups? I think he did.
Finals MVP.
Yeah.
And went to the Nuggets. They even got better when
I mean, yeah, but I mean, that was a little leadership too. But Rip Hamilton and Jared, just to catch you up, we got a little sidetracked. We were talking about, he was mentioning Jalen Brunson and like his like proximity to being a superstar, and he basically is saying that he needs like ideal pieces and made the comp to Chauncey Billups, which I think is a good like kind of comparison. And then we kind of just got
That's a good
into
comparison.
who was the best player on that team.
See, I'm stuck in between, like with the Pistons. Like it was between either.
Chris, do you
Billups
think
or-
Jalen
or-
Brunson's a superstar? I'm
Jalen
curious.
Brunson? No, not yet.
I don't. I think he. I like what he said that he could be the best player on a team if the pieces are right. I don't know if he could be the best.
if
I
Jalen
don't know if he would be the best player.
I think he can be.
In the conference final, he's not a superstar in my opinion, but the marketability of Jalen Brunson being the king of New York, it's unmatched.
Exactly.
I mean, it's gonna be kind of easy to market you in New
He's
York
going to be the king of New York,
but
right
some people
behind
fall
Aaron
under the
Judge.
pressure in New York, though.
if he makes it to the conference finals. Yeah,
What? Yes, easily.
yeah.
He
Listen, he
Yeah.
already took it to the second
And you
round
think that'd
last
make
year.
that make you think that would just make him a superstar?
Watch you see Jalen Brunson get an MVP chance away. There's Knicks fans everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, no facts.
The away games he's getting MVP chance. If they go to the Eastern
Ambitious.
Conference Finals, the lid's gonna blow off that place.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like I gotta see it. I feel like I agree. He's close, but I gotta see it. Like if I'm not putting Embiid there, Jalen Brunson's not getting there. I'm a tough critic. I don't think Embiid's a superstar. I think you
He
gotta
just
be
said
able
he's a
to.
superstar.
No, I don't think Embiid's a superstar. I feel like I don't believe yet that he can win a championship. Like I don't believe it yet. Like I don't feel like I've seen like enough to be convinced of that.
Okay, so the year they were supposed to go to the Eastern Conference Finals to play the Bucks, when Ben Simmons, I don't even want to talk about it, just completely
Melted down.
player. You can't even blame him. That's the last time he's been healthy in the playoffs.
I mean, healthy more or less. I mean, he's played a lot of series, maybe through injury. Granted, credit to him, but I'm saying I feel like there's been a lot of years where we're kind of waiting on it. You know what I mean? We're waiting on it.
He hurt this year.
I agree, but
Was
I've
he
seen
hurt
Kawhi
last
hurt
year,
a lot
though?
of. I've seen Kawhi hurt a lot of seasons. For example, Kawhi. I think Kawhi is a superstar. Even though he's not the most marketable person, but he's been hurt a lot. But I've seen it, and you even if you when he gets hurt, you believe it. Like the year he got hurt, and then Paul George was able to beat Utah. If Kawhi was healthy, the Clippers would probably win that championship for real,
They do.
or at least give the Bucks a real run.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
And-
saying. Like,
and the
but that's
defense,
because of
Kawhi has
Kawhi. You
championships
believe
already.
that. That's
But
because of
Kawhi has
Kawhi.
cha-
You believe that is what I'm saying.
But he has
And I
championships
have
already to prove it.
faith in that.
They were the best
I have
team.
faith.
Period.
Because of Kawhi. Because of Kawhi.
But
Because of
Paul
Kawhi.
George also hooping that series.
No, Paul George is great. But Paul George isn't a superstar, right?
And
He's not the best player on a championship team.
versus Budenholzer. No, he's gonna wash.
True. I agree. I just feel like that superstar that's who's supposed to take you over the top.
Lock them up, boy. They were about to be locked.
Shout out to Fred.
All right, what about Dame? Is he a superstar?
No.
No.
Next question, bro.
Okay.
No.
Let me rattle off.
Hey, boy,
Let me rattle.
boy.
Ooh, damn.
Dang, that's your hey, shout out. Watch our ranking top 5 point guards video. This last time James was on the pod. Shout out him for being on here. But yeah, hey, dang your boy.
Damn, my boy. He's just not a superstar. But all the other point guards on those lists, superstars, no. Like Shea's not a superstar yet. Ant's not a superstar yet. Luka, superstar.
Superstar.
Mhm.
Superstar.
Who else?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum, superstar.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm trying to.
Agreed.
Giannis, superstar.
Superstar. There
Jokic,
was someone who I was just thinking that I think it's kind of controversial. I lost him.
LeBron,
Basket.
superstar. Devin Booker, I would consider
Devin
him.
Booker. That's who I was thinking of. Superstar.
Devin Booker's got to the finals as the best player. So yeah.
Just have two superstars.
I'm gonna hold him accountable. To the day ones, I'm gonna hold him accountable. James, for the pod. Who's better, Devin Booker or Damian Lillard? For the one time.
Devin Booker or Damian Lillard. Devin Booker.
Just wanted it on record. But I agree. He's a superstar. I think yeah, it is. But to a nod of what you said, I think it is hard for point guards to be superstars, like actual point guard size. It is hard.
Real different to be a point guard, to be the best player on your team, to win a championship. You gotta be Steph Curry. You gotta be Isaiah Thomas. You gotta have a situation like Chauncey Billups.
Wait. Hold on. Rewind.
Go ahead and who?
Chauncey was a superstar?
Chauncey Billups?
Yeah.
When he was in Detroit,
No.
Chauncey Billups was one of them guys, man.
He wasn't a
No, he was
superstar.
not.
though.
No. Don't get me wrong. He was nice, but
He was
not
nice.
a superstar.
He's not a superstar.
Not a superstar.
I gotta go revisit history, bro. Chauncey Billups was one of them guys.
Listen, it was a well-stacked
It
team.
might not have been a long superstar run, but hey, Chauncey Billups was one.
It was a very well organized team. It was a very well constructed team.
It's like Mr. Clutch or something like that. Big shot.
Mr. Big Shot, yeah. No, that's
He is Mr. Big Shot.
Has
Like,
he ever averaged 20 in Detroit?
he's not a team that averages like, and that's not even a time where niggas needed to average 20.
that wasn't really their calling card. They were definitely more of a defensive team.
I can't say he's a superstar.
On offense,
He
you
wasn't.
know
He
who
wasn't.
to.
He was nice.
Rip Hamilton.
I like Chauncey Billups.
Rip Hamilton. And I'm gonna bring us back. I want to give my number 5, and I actually have a question for you guys. At number 5, I think